Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Amphibia Season 1 Episode 2, the second story of Episode 2, Flood, Sweat, and Tears. And like I said in the last video, I'm not going to show any clips because there isn't any that I can use. So you're just going to be seeing my face and my I don't even know what you call it, like the main screen when I turn on my computer on my laptop. Anyway, so I'm gonna be talking about it. So, we first start with Anne and Sprig they are working together to get rid of the pests in the vegetable garden. And Sprig goes in the holes, and Anne has her tennis racket, and Sprig kind of like shakes them out and hits them with the tennis racket, and she's like, backhand, and Sprig's like, wow, you're really good with that thing. Is yeah, I was on varsity. Technically varsity is in high school, but Anne doesn't really look like a high schooler, so maybe it's in middle school also. But yeah, she says she's on varsity, and Sprig's like, I don't know what that is. And Sprig hear Hop they hear Hop screaming, and Sprig's like, Hop must be in trouble. Let's go inside. So they go inside the house and they open the basement, and then they see Anne's like, whoa, what happened down here? And the basement is flooded. So and like Sprig's like, Hop, like, where are you? And he kind of like puts his hand in the water, and Hop surprises them by like popping his head in the water, and he's like, stand back. What do you say? Leeches or something, or water bugs must have chewed the pipes, and now the basement's flooded, and it's like, my stuff. And Hop's like, don't worry, Anne, I saved the stuff, and he brings her backpack, and except your bed, and your pillows, and your blankets, and your t-shirt, and toothbrush, and hairbrush. And Anne's like, what's gonna happen now? Like, how long is this gonna take to fix this? And he's like, well, first we gotta find the leak, patch it up really good. And Sprig's like, oh, I can help. This will work like twice as fast. And Hop was like, no, like, this is river water right here. Who knows like what creatures are swimming around in here? And like, you see like behind the mattress, like the two giant eyeballs pop up, and say, okay, so that's possibly going to be like the villain of the episode or something, or like the little antagonist. And Anne's like, where am I supposed to spend the night, since it's probably gonna take like a who knows how long? And he's like, well, the living room is no palace, but the couch is really comfy. And Sprig's like, what? No. She can just stay with me. Yeah, we're the best friends, so we'll make the best roommates. And Hop's like, being friends is one thing, but roommates, you don't know the other person until you're in their space, and he's in yours, and you just can't stand how he's whistling all the time, and then he complains about you getting ready your web crusties, and yes, I have to do it in your bed. You have the best lighting. So I guess he's kind of like reminiscing about some bad roommate he had, which is really funny. I wish I could play the clip, but unfortunately I can't. So you just had to find it like on your TV or something. Hopefully you find it funny too, because I found that hilarious. And when Hop's like finishing the talking about his bad roommate, and he said he, so I'm assuming it's a guy, and Sprig are already gone. So we don't know like when in the conversation they left, but they're gone. And Hop's like, mark my words, this will turn out terribly. Mark my words. And when he's saying mark my words the second time, he's going back in the water, and like is like he's going in the water, and we go into Sprig's room and sound looks like a 10-year-old's room. Like you see some plants and you see some action figures and a hammock and stuff. It kind of reminds me of would this count as a spoiler or not? I don't know, but it's from another show that I did a reaction to the trailer and a review. It's one of those shows where like a boy like sleeps in a hammock. Also, you probably know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so Sprig's like, let me give you the grand tour, and like here's my room, and here is here's my press collection. They're like, oh, and it's like cute dolls, and Sprig's like, yeah, well, they're action figures. That concept where thinks all girls think that, well, most of them think that every like tiny figure is all dolls, and boys want to make it clear that they're action figures. So that it's like a usual trope that they were trying to do. So like they're basically talking, and Anne hits Sprig with a pillow, and and Sprig falls down, and Anne's like, oh, I'm sorry, and Sprig's like, what the heck? Like, have you not been in a pillow fight before? And I'm like, Anne, he probably doesn't know what that is because it's a frog. And then Sprig hits her with a pillow and it's like, time in. And then now they're hitting each other, and Sprig's like, it's fun because it doesn't hurt. Ow. And I'm thinking, was Sprig just trying to deceive her or something? Do frogs do pillow fights and stuff? It's not really clear, but alright. Anyway, so I liked how they had these big yellow words. This is night and 1 and 2 and then like 10 and stuff. So I thought it was really cool. So it's night 1. It's nighttime. It's night 1, and they're playing like the Would You Rather thing. I forgot what they were talking about, but like it's really gross, and it was something about sweating like cheese, and Sprig's like, oh, I'll do that one because frogs don't sweat, and it's like, frogs don't sweat? Jealous. And Sprig falls asleep because he needs his bedtime. He needs to sleep, and it's like, Sprig, and then she hits him with a pillow. Hey, Sprig, and like, huh? Like, you awake? Oh yeah, and like his face is all messed up. Like he just wants to go to sleep. Like okay. Like, next question. So now they're both sleeping. Okay, so Anne stopped. But that is like the concept where Anne like is that all nighter talker. I mean, I'm a night owl myself. But I need my sleep too. So it's still night 1, and what was it? Oh, and I kind of like how the creators did their research on frogs, where amphibians need heat, and humans like some of them like the cool fresh air. Like I mean, I have my fan on low, too, because I like the cool air. So I like that kind of like little debate where Anne's like sweating and everything, and like it's so hot, and then she opens the window better, and like I like the animation of a nice cool breeze, and Sprig's like, oh, it's too cold because he's warm blooded. Yeah, that's the term. He's warm blooded, and he closes the window, and it's like, and then like it's morning, and Hop Pop's like, morning, sleepyheads, you missed breakfast, and and it's like, go away, and she's kind of sweating, and Sprig is just how he's usually pink, he's blue, and Polly's like, this is the first time you've ever slept in, Sprig. It's like it was like so it was so cold out. I'm just beginning to thaw, and it's like, what? It was a swamp sauna in here, and it's like, maybe Sprig just needs another blanket, or maybe Anne needs fewer blankets, and Hop Pop's like, the couch is still available if there's trouble in paradise. And they're, what? No, everything's fine. Like, yeah, we're Anne and Sprig. Sprig and Anne. Sprig against the world. Like, after you, best roomie. Oh, thank you, best roomie. And Polly's like, they're gonna eat each other alive, aren't they? And Hop-Up's like, absolutely. So now it's night 2, and Anne is one of those, like, kind of, and there's no, like, she has a phone, but, like, she kind of, like, used, like, the lantern, kind of, like, it's symbolism for, like, she's adapting to the world, so I kind of like that, and she's reading, like, a cat magazine, and she's munching on snacks, and Sprig is like, but he doesn't want to hurt Anne's feelings, and, and they can't prove Hop right, so they want to prove him wrong, so he just, goes back to sleep, and hears them munching, and he just has to put a pillow over his ears. I guess frogs don't have ears. That's a weird concept. Do frogs have ears? I'm not gonna get into it. But anyway, and then it's night 3 where Anne's the one who's sleeping, but Sprig is the one who's doing that croaking thing, and Anne is like just looking at him, and his tongue just flies on her. Oh, that was super gross. And it's night 4, and Anne's doing that whole lantern thing again and reading the magazine, and Sprig's like, and it was a night 10 where Sprig threw like a towel on Anne. It was like wet, and he's removing the wet crusties off of frogs because he needs to clean himself, and it's like, ew. And like, Anne is picking her laundry, and she tripped over Sprig's like rollerblade. It knocks the shelf, and the action figure falls down, and Sprig catches it with his tongue, and you kind of see Sprig wearing Anne's purple diva shirt, which I thought was weird. And they're kind of they're kind of a little antsy, and Anne's like, wait, is that my shirt? And Sprig doesn't say anything. Where now I'm not sure this is day 11. Is it? Probably. So basically they've been roommates for more than a week. And Sprig is like, Hop-Up's like going through the river water because we haven't seen Hop-Up in a while. He's just going through the river water. Just just doing that. He just wants to fix the leak, and Sprig just it's kind of like another, like a window or something into the basement, or like another door. He just opens it and it's like, Hop-Up, like do you think the room will be ready by tonight? And it's like, not a chance. And it's like, well, why don't I help you? It'll be 10 times faster. My eyes are better in the river than yours. And Hop-Up's like, that's a bunch of malarkey. My eyesight's fine. Don't you have chores to do? And he's like, ugh, fine. Close the door, and Anne opens the original basement door open. And it's like, Hop-Up, what's the ETA down here? Not that I'm in a hurry or anything to move back in. And Hop-Up just gives him like a and it's like, what? Can a girl just go back to her newfound basement at home without getting grilled? Sheesh. Hop-Up didn't say anything, but like, yeah, they just don't want to be roommates anymore. And it's the nighttime, and they kind of go through the room at the same time, so they kind of bump into each other, so they're getting on each other's nerves. And Sprig's like, pfft. And it's like, well, today's a long day. I'm just gonna go straight to bed. If I can find my way through all these dirty clothes, and his foot kind of like goes through the strap of Anne's green and black bra. So I'm assuming that she's like a teenager, because I know like some 10-year-olds wear bras. I think it's weird, but I'm not gonna judge, but I'm assuming that she's a teenager because she's really tall too. And it's like, I think it's gonna be your wet towels that you're gonna be tripping over. And Sprig's like, it's my wet towels. I can put it wherever in my room. And it's like, what was that? And it's like, oh, nothing but roomie. So it's like, okay, good night. And Sprig just wants to go to sleep because he doesn't want to deal with her anymore. And Anne's like, and going through her phone. all the all the pictures and Sprig are in together, and Anne's like, aw, and like kind of wants to make up with Sprig. Like, hey Sprig, doing the would you rather thing again. And Sprig's like, and then she grabs a pillow. Like, oh, remember the pillow fight? And he's like, hey Sprig, and he's like, oh, what, Anne, and it's like, pillow fight. And it's like, wait, no, Anne, stop. And then she about to hit him. Sprig jumps up. He hits the shelf. And the action figure breaks. And it's like, oh no, your doll. I mean action figure. Sprig against the world, right? And he kind of looks at her. I have to go to the bathroom, and just walks backwards, and just keeps on staring at her. And it's like, ugh, why is it so hot in here? And I just wanted to say that whole when Anne tripped over that roller skate and hit the shelf, and the action figure almost broke, and Sprig caught it with his tongue. I think there was a little foreshadowing where the action figure was gonna break, so I kind of like it. And Sprig is just going into the basement like I gotta find this leak now, like tonight. And Anne goes in there also. It's like, I gotta find this leak. And now they're both in the water, and they both come out at the same time, but their backs to each other, which is funny. And Sprig's like, this leak has to be here, right? And Anne's like, I know, right? And they're like, oh, what are you doing here? They said at the same time, and Anne's like, I'm just going for my midnight swim. What are you doing here? Oh, midnight swim also. And they both say at the same time, you were trying to fix the leak. Well, so were you. And Sprig was like I can't. I knew it. You just couldn't wait to move out. And it's like, well, you just couldn't wait to get rid of me. If you just wanted me to go, you should just say so. Which, the thing with Anne and Sprig is like, they both knew that the couch was available, but they just can't prove Hot Pot right because he's the grandfather, so it was always available. And Anne sort of screwed things up at the end where Sprig just couldn't take it anymore. And Anne is kind of like the girl where if we are just having fun, we can kind of like forget about our problems and remember old times and stuff. So like, she has like that sort of like perspective in her mind, which like, no, you have to talk about your problems sometimes. So, like now like this creature like grabs Anne, and Sprig's like, what's going on? And it's like, something's got my leg, and it pulled it down in the water, and it grabs Sprig. Another one grabs Sprig too, so there's two. And now they both got out of them, and it's like, what the heck are these things? And it's like, oh, they're river lampreys, I think he said. And and remember the first part of the episode? Well, I mean in the beginning of the second story, when they were doing the tennis thing with the pests, and Anne's like, you set them up, and Sprig's like, you knock them down. And you both use pillows to knock them, and they kind of do a cool corkscrew technique, the river lampreys. I thought it was a cool effect. And there's a get out of here, and the river lampreys go down, do another corkscrew attack, and and kind of drain most of the water. And like Hop Up and Polly's like, what is going on down here? And Polly's like has like the face mask, and I kind of like it. It's like, some of us are trying to fall asleep. And Hop Pop's like, so I guess the roommate thing didn't really work out. It's like, yeah, no, I just couldn't live with them. The croaking, the tongue, the wet towels everywhere, the humid weather, and Sprig's like, yeah, like the all lights are all hours, the munching, the freezing weather, talking all night. I guess we're not really great friends. Yeah, Spran's a bus, and Hoppa's like, why? Because they're talking now. Like, being good roommates doesn't make you good friends. Being honest with each other now. Now you know more about each other, likes and dislikes, and now you can be better. And I think this episode was good for it because, like, yeah. So, like, like the first meet, they become friends. The next story was about a little conflict, and the next one was about them knowing likes and dislikes about each other. So that's really good. And it's like, yeah, Spran is back, better than ever. And they kind of do their secret handshake thing. And Polly's like, oh, dude, this is really sweet. But where's Anne gonna sleep? Like, because not me, because my bucket's for one, so I guess she sleeps in a bucket. Um, and Anne, like opens the window and sleeping on the couch, and she looks really comfortable. And Sprague's like, here's some snacks for you to munch on. And they're like, thanks. And all right, see you in the AM. Like, night. And Anne's reading her magazine, but she puts it down and kind of hear the clock ticking and nothing else. And it's like, and the sweetest thing ever, Sprague throws that that old fashioned tin can thing because they don't have like phones or stuff, and doing the would you rather, and the water apparently goes through the basement. I don't know how, like, did it refill again? I don't know how that really works. I find that kind of weird, but it fills up to Anne's feet where she's sleeping on the couch, and it's like, did anyone fix the leak? And that's the end of episode 2. Finally, I wanted to get that done yesterday, but I couldn't. But I'm finally glad I got done today. So, what I thought overall with this episode, I thought it was really good. I think it was like really needed, we kind of see a little flaw in Anne that I kind of find tolerable, where Anne needs to kind of to learn from it. Like, it's not like lying or manipulating or something, or like stealing, but it's more like she just has to learn that, like, you need to talk about your problems and not just think about when you're having fun. Like, like half of the time it's fun, half of the time conversation. I think that's really kind of good growth for Anne, like especially her time in Amphibia. So I kind of like how Anne is going up in my ranks like a little bit every episode, because Best Franz and Kane Crazy, Anne was just terrible. But at the end of Kane Crazy and now this episode, she's getting better. I'm starting to like her a little bit better, especially in this episode where she like learns. So, I thought this episode was really good overall. Hop Pop being the grandfather trying to fix the leak. Awesome. Sprague in his room with the action figures and learning a lesson. Polly being Polly. There's not really much depth in her, but she's still there. Kind of funny. Out of 10, I would give this story, and then I'll give my overall score for episode 2, since I'm finally getting it done. I would give this story a, let's see, what I find really wrong with it was, I guess when like the water filled up to the living room, that kind of makes sense. So okay, that'll be like a 9. I liked how Sprig was freezing through the night. Because kind of like what frogs do, they freeze. I kind of liking the dislikes. I like the whole night 1, night 2, night 10 sequences. Those were really good. Hop Pop and Polly were in character. Hop Pop didn't do anything too extreme, and he actually offered Anne the couch like 2 times. So I thought that was really, really good of him. So did I find anything really wrong? Okay, I guess the blaming each other part, they're kids, but I guess they didn't really like it. Like, oh, you just couldn't wait to get rid of me. Like, oh, you just wanted to move out. Like, you guys knew the couch was available, and you kind of wanted to prove Hop Pop wrong. So, because of that, 8 out of 10. Just the whole flooding thing to the living room and the whole blaming each other thing, 8 out of 10. Was above average, wasn't perfect, but yeah, 8 out of 10. And what was King Crazy? Um, 6.5. I think I gave it. I, yeah, because I'm pretty sure Best Friends was a 7. Yeah, 6.5, right? Yeah. Okay. So 6.5 and 8 is. Mm, okay, wait, wait. Let me think for a second. Um, 8, 7, 6. Mm, 7. I had to give episode 2 a 7. I think episode 1 was like an 8.5 for me. Episode 2, 7. You know, and it's growing more, but just with like the overall score with episode 1, the story one was like a 10 for me. But yeah, episode 1 was like I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna bring up episode 1 again because every episode I'm gonna be moving forward, so I might forget the scores. But episode 1 was 8.5. Episode 2, solid 7. Solid average. The whole thing. And everyone, that was my review for Amphibia Season 1, Episode 2, Story 2, Flood, Sweat, and Tears. I'm not sure if I'm gonna type in, like, Story 2 instead of just having Episode 2, Episode 2. I might do that. I don't know. But anyway, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for, don't know, Amphibia, DuckTales, or something else. Alright, bye.